Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. So I want to start off by saying thank you so much for 200,000 subscribers. It should have been said in the last video, but it was actually pre-filmed like before I hit 200k, and I have been just wanting to tell you guys thank you so much. I'm so sorry for my little disappearance act from YouTube. I've been gone for about 2 weeks. I just needed a little bit of a break. I really hope you guys understand. To everyone who's reached out and tried to make sure that I was okay, thank you guys so much. You are just the sweetest, kindest humans, and I don't know what I've done to deserve such a supportive community here on YouTube. I love you guys with all my heart, seriously. I say this every time, but I really hope to meet every single one of you. And I'm going to plan a really cool giveaway. I haven't really decided what, but it's going to be awesome. So definitely look forward to that. And I thought that we would kind of do a Q&A because I actually announced the Q&A 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't filmed it because there's just been a few things going on. But I'm so excited. I have so many cool video ideas for YouTube. I have the entire month planned out, and it's going to be great. Munchy Mondays are coming. You're gonna see one next Monday, so that's exciting. And again, I just want to thank you guys so much for all of your support. YouTube lately for me has been such an uplifting and positive platform to be on, and that means the absolute freaking world. So I love you guys. Thank you, and look forward to that giveaway. But we're gonna get straight into the Q&A because I got tons of questions, and I love doing Q&As because I feel like I can genuinely just answer all the questions that I get on a daily basis and have it all be in one video, so that way if you want to look back on it, you can, and I can actually give you guys some good advice. So if you guys want to do Q&As more often, definitely comment below. We can make it happen. It's one of my favorite videos to film. So question number 1, what is your daily carb intake and how much cardio do you do daily? Love you. Love you too. So I actually don't track my macros. I don't track my calories. I haven't tracked in a very long time, but I do get this question all the time. So if I had to guess, I would assume they're around 200 to 230 grams a day, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. Really depends on the day and how I'm feeling. But just keep in mind, everyone's macros and carb intake, calorie intake, all that stuff is very different for each individual. Macros are very dependent on your training style, how much cardio you're doing, how much muscle you have, your age, your workout routine, your metabolism, so many different factors go into it. But I wanted to answer this question because, like I said, I just get it all the time. And the second part of that question was, how much cardio do you do daily? I don't do cardio every day. I usually do 4 to, actually lately I've been doing 5 sessions a week, just because it's been a really good release for me. Cardio is one of those things that in the fitness realm and industry, I guess, kind of goes up and down. Sometimes it'll have a really bad rap, and then other times people are all about it. But at the end of the day, cardio is good for you. It's good for your heart, for your cardiovascular system. So it's definitely not something that you should completely avoid or cut out of your fitness routine. And you just have to find a form of cardio that you enjoy. At the moment, for me, I really enjoy sprinting and doing HIIT. I love sweating and just kind of escaping the rest of the world, and I feel HIIT does that for me. So I do it about 4 to 5 times a week for 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. I can't do HIIT for longer than that, but that is my current cardio routine. Question number 2, do you deal with bloating at all? If so, how do you deal with it / prevent it? Definitely, and this is actually a very popular question. How I deal with bloating. Do I even get bloated? Of course I get bloated, everyone does, especially if you eat something that upsets your stomach. For me, I realized certain type of dairy really messes me up. Gluten, a little bit, not so much. For the most part, I can digest it, but sometimes if I eat way too much, then I can definitely feel it. And then things like beans and trying to think what else, sodas, all that stuff definitely makes me bloated, but it goes away. I feel there's also different types of bloating. Everyone gets a little bit bloated after they eat, right? After you have a meal and some water, you kind of expand a little bit, which is to be expected. But then there's the different type of bloating where it literally hurts to breathe or move, it actually is painful. And I would say the things that I just mentioned, soda, a little bit of dairy and gluten, can sometimes get me there. So basically I just try to avoid foods that I know 100% make me painfully bloated, and that's pretty much the only thing you can do. I mean, make sure you're drinking your water, make sure that you have a good fiber intake, and you're consistently going to the bathroom, and just try and figure out what foods cause you to be that bloated and try and avoid them. Question number 3, how often do you work out abs? I do abs about once a week, sometimes 2 times a week, really depends on the week. But I usually try and throw in a few ab exercises at the end of my workouts typically after I do cardio because that's when I'm like most motivated, I guess. Next, how do you deal with cravings? Because I have them way too often and many times I'm not able to control myself. So I've definitely been there. I totally get where you're coming from. If you guys have watched my fitness journey video and like a few other videos that I've made, I did struggle with binging, and you know, avoiding my cravings is, in my opinion, one of those things that actually caused me to develop binge eating. So complete restriction from foods that I loved made me kind of spiral out of control with food. If you guys watch my channel consistently, then you know I'm all about moderation and treating yourself, enjoying the food that's around you, and still being able to reach your goals, because you definitely 100% can. Finding balance is so important, especially if you want fitness to be your lifestyle. If you want to do this long term, you can't really just completely avoid your cravings. I keep my food like 85 to 90% healthy because that's what I crave, that's what makes me feel really good, that's what makes my body like run best, and then the rest is treats and things that I like, and I eat those in moderation. If I want a cookie or a brownie or some ice cream, I will allow myself to have it. I just make sure I don't go crazy with it, and that helps me stay sane, and it also actually helps me to eat healthy, because knowing that I'm allowed to have it and can have it at any time that I want actually like makes me want to eat healthier, because I'm not like restricting myself and I don't feel this urge to just eat everything in front of me. Could you talk a little bit about your thoughts on maintaining a feminine physique while lifting / decrease in the size of our boobies during the fitness journey / breast implants? So I thought this was actually a really like interesting question. I haven't really gotten one like this before. I feel like we've kind of already as a community come to the conclusion that lifting does not make you bulky. That's like a myth that has been proven wrong. It takes so much time and effort to naturally put on muscle, especially as a female. If you're staying natural, you just don't have enough testosterone to build a crazy amount of muscle. I hate to use the word toned, but I think most people have finally come to realization that lifting will just give you a very toned and sculpted look. Again, I hate to use those words. What I thought was the most interesting part of this question was about boobs, because I have definitely lost size since I started my fitness journey. My boobs used to be a little bit bigger, and I get questions on this all the time. I do not have implants. They are completely natural. You can even look at pictures of me like when I was like freshman in high school. But once I lost my initial weight at like the start of my fitness journey, I would say I went down like a solid size, and there's really not much you can do about it, because when you're losing weight, you're losing fat, and boobs are made out of fat, so you are going to decrease in size. My opinion on breast implants is it's your body. If it makes you happy, if that's what you want, if you've like thought out that decision, then go for it. I have not had any work done. I always get questions. The only thing that I have is I do have 2 fake teeth. I have a video on it. If you guys are interested, definitely check it out. It's a good one. But back to the question. So you will most likely lose a little bit of your boobs, especially if you're trying to lose weight, but that's just kind of what happens, and it's unfortunate. But for the most part, like they didn't completely like disappear. I just would say I dropped like a size, maybe a size and a half. Next, how long did it take for you to finally start seeing that you were losing belly fat? So when I first got into fitness, I would say I started seeing results like a month to like a month and a half in. If you guys watched my fitness journey video, then you know I did not start my journey in like the healthiest way, and I was very extreme about things. It's not an approach that I would recommend for anyone to take. I also should add that since this question was a little bit more about like belly fat, where you lose fat from is very up to your genetics, and genetically I don't really store a lot of fat in my stomach. It's more like my limbs, so my arms and my legs. So when I did get into fitness and I started losing weight, I lost it from my stomach first. So I saw results in that area a lot quicker than everywhere else, but I would say a month to a month and a half was how long it took. How often do you train abs? Already answered that one. And what are your favorite exercises? So my favorite are leg raises for sure, because I feel like they target a lot more of like your lower abs, which is the trouble area for a lot of people. I also really like cable crunches as well as tuck-ins. I do have like tons and tons of ab workouts on my channel. I will make sure to link a few in the description bar for you guys if you're interested. What's your advice on how to have a better relationship with food? I've struggled with binging in the past, and it's taking a toll on my motivation for fitness and eating healthy, because I just feel like I'll screw up again. Any advice would be appreciated. So as someone who has struggled with binging, I completely understand where you're coming from. That loss of control and also not understanding why you're doing certain things. I remember feeling just so crazy about it. Like people would just be like, well, just don't eat, you know? And it's so much easier said than done when you're going through a binging episode, because it literally feels like an out-of-body experience, and you're going through it and then you're done, and then you realize like, oh shit, that just happened, you know? And it's a really awful feeling. My best advice would be to talk to a professional, to open up about it. I feel like the pivotal point for me with binging was when I was really honest with myself and I was like, okay, I have a problem and I need to find resources and people and things that can help me fix it, instead of just being like in denial about it and thinking like, okay, it's fine, tomorrow's a new day, I'm just not gonna binge tomorrow, because unfortunately it doesn't work like that. So try and find someone you can talk to, practice moderation, forgive yourself, because you know, even recovering from binging, like, it's not gonna be perfect. You're gonna have really good days and days where you like eat healthy and then you allow yourself to have like a cookie or something and you go to bed and you feel great, and then the next day it happens again, and you binge again, and you just have to keep trying. Can't give up, because finding balance and developing a good relationship with food is so worth it. I can't encourage you guys enough to keep trying, because it is possible to recover from binging, and I hope that at least me saying it can help you in the smallest way. What is your best tip to not giving into a constant spiral of cheat meals / desserts? Try and avoid on like labeling food as cheat meals or like clean eating or whatever. Like, food is food, and there's of course healthy micronutrient dense food, and then there's like the not so healthy for your body but also like healthy for your mind food, and I think there has to be a balance between the two. I think the worst thing is when you literally tell yourself, no, I can't have this for forever, because then I feel like you're just fighting yourself. What type of workouts do you do on your period? I still like to work out, but I don't have as much energy. So for me, I personally don't have like super painful and heavy periods that they don't ever like interrupt my workout schedule. A lot of the times when I am on my period and if I do have cramps, going to the gym and just doing like some light cardio and sweating a little bit makes me feel better, but everyone's different, and just remember it's totally okay to take a few days off. If that's what you need. Just pay attention to your body and what it's trying to tell you. So one of the most popular questions that I get is just about like motivation overall and how I've been able to stay motivated over the last 5 years, how this has turned into my actual lifestyle and not just like, you know, I started out my fitness journey just wanting to lose weight. I didn't think that I would be doing this 5 years later. And I think the best way I could describe it is working out for me stopped being about what I looked like, because at some point you're going to reach your body's like potential of how, you know, how much muscle you can build, what body fat percentage you can maintain, and you have to find other ways to stay motivated. And I would say that for me, like, working out is such like a mental release. I can go to the gym and I can put my headphones on and I just forget about everything else that's going on. Getting my heart rate up and sweating, like I actually genuinely crave those things on a daily basis. It makes me feel so good, and that has definitely helped me stay really motivated. I like the fact that I can walk up the stairs, I can go on a hike, I can swim. I know eating healthy is going to prolong my life, and at the end of the day, like, those are the goals that I have. Of course, the physical changes that you see, those are great and they will keep you motivated and they will help you work harder, but that's not the only thing that fitness is about. And overall, once you do develop a specific routine and you do something every single day, it becomes so much easier to not listen to like all the little excuses that are just kind of running through your head. The initial start is the hardest. You're not seeing results, you're not really feeling all that good, you really have to push yourself, but once you get past that point, it becomes so much easier. So I'm going to go ahead and end this Q&A here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for everything. Seriously, like I'm so blown away by all the support that I've received recently. You guys are just the absolute best. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one.